GSC 107, we try to do a number of things. We provide the student with a wide variety of recreational activities and opportunities. The primary purpose for this is that we feel that, for the most part, students don't have enough opportunities to engage in recreation. It seems that in many instances, recreation and leisure activities circulate around the local bars, or in many instances, recreation is limited to parties or even television watching. It seems that there should be more opportunities for people to engage in recreation and leisure, and we think that one of the problems is that they simply haven't been exposed to various kinds of recreational activities. And so what we try to do is to give our students as much experience as we can in a wide variety of activities, ranging from such exciting things as rappelling, which has been described by some people as going backwards over a cliff, suspended by 1 or 2 ropes, to such things as folk dancing. And again, the idea is that by providing students with these kinds of experiences, they will be better able to make decisions about how they're going to use their own leisure time. We really don't believe that getting high on weekends is the best thing that a person might do on a weekend. We think that spending a weekend out at Giant City rappelling would be far more beneficial for that individual from the physical standpoint, an emotional standpoint, and even from a social standpoint. And so, as I've already said, we stress a wide range of activities with the hope in mind that a student will be able to make better decisions about how he's going to use his leisure time. We've come to believe that it's really futile to simply sit in a classroom and talk about recreation. It would be much like going to a painting class and listen to someone talk about painting skills all semester and never touch a paintbrush. I'm sure you can find a number of other similar analogies. If a person is going to learn to use his leisure time in the most beneficial way possible, we think he needs to be apprised of the opportunities available. And as a consequence, we have tried to program the class in such a way that the student not only becomes aware of them in sort of a cognitive fashion, but he can actually experience a recreational activity that might really be foreign to him, but yet it might be a kind of thing that once experienced becomes an important part of his leisure life. Now, an example would be the rappelling. There are a number of cases where students have experienced rappelling as a part of the class, and not so much this class, because this is the first time I've taught GSC 107, but we offered a similar kind of experience for majors in Recreation 300. I know of a number of examples where students have become really involved in such things as climbing and rappelling. Another student has become really hooked on dropping into caves as a spelunker. And up to that point in their lives, none of the students that I'm talking about had any prior experience to or with caving or with climbing or rappelling. So that's, I suppose, the philosophy in a nutshell. We believe that if we give students an opportunity to examine a wide range of leisure activities, they'll make wise choices when it comes to exercising their leisure prerogative. Unless a person has an awareness of what's available, he simply isn't free to make very good choices. He's limited simply by what he knows to be available, and we're suggesting that there are many, many things that people can do during their leisure that can be of really significant value to them. Now, the outdoor kind of experience that we're looking at here brings people into an intimate contact in many instances with nature. And of course, if you grow up in Chicago, you don't really have that opportunity very often. And it can be a tremendously exciting experience to begin to develop an intimate relationship with your environment through outdoor recreation.
When you want to go, bring your right hand out to the side. Okay, don't squeeze with this hand, just burn your hand. All right. Okay, that's just for your balance. Okay, keep your shoulders right over your feet and lean back. First, you got to give a signal to your belayer.
Ready to
One belay. You have your right hand out to the side, lean back. Put your right hand out here and lean back. There you go. Okay, you're doing fine. Who's next? I'm going to go over and set it up.
We're fortunate, first of all, to have a working relationship with what was formerly the Outdoor Lab. It's currently referred to now as Touch of Nature, and one of their divisions is known as the Underway Program. And the people who lead our students through activities are staff members or student trainees with Underway. And so they're highly competent people. At least we view them as being highly competent. I think their safety record and the kind of response that they generate in the students supports that notion very strongly. Rappelling is one of the activities that is a very popular activity with our students, and it's an activity that we rely pretty much on the Underway staff to instruct our students in and to provide leadership for during the activities. It simply involves the going down over a cliff backwards with the support of two ropes. One rope is a line that is a safety line in effect, and the other rope is a rope that the student goes down by the use of a carabiner system, which relies principally upon the principle of friction to stop the student, or the repeller. And it's a tremendously exciting experience, particularly for the first time.
Okay, lean back. Keep your feet apart. Okay, now right there, put your brake on. Take your left hand. Okay, it works. You're in good shape. Sorry. How's it feel?
Groovy. Got the camera going? Lean back some more. Lean back like you're sitting in a chair. That right hand's your brake. Now stop. Put that right hand behind your back when stop and take a look around.
Whoa. Very heavy. Whoa.
Lean back some more like you're in a chair. Going to sleep.
I wish I was in a chair right now.
Come in and free repel now.
Whoa.
You can break yourself with your right hand if you keep it behind you. Just take it easy coming down. Enjoy it.
Am I supposed to slide down on this rope right now?
Yeah, you control it with your right hand how much you want to come at a time.
Okay. Whoa.
Oh, take it easy because you're burning the guy that's filleting you. Okay, take a couple.
The obstacle course is a series of 8 or 9 different obstacles, different problem-solving situations that requires group communication, group unity, and a chance to assess yourself and to assess other people and how they react to different situations. Okay, the first activity is a trust fall, and this is designed especially and particularly to create a group trust, as the name implies.
Oh, okay. Gotta be stiff. We'll find out.
Just fall straight back.
Fall straight back. Stiff. Your name? Stiff. Whoa!
Yeah.
I want to breathe.
If your canary dies, get out quick. The pipe, or the 30-foot long cement culvert, is another similar situation where some people have a deep fear of closed-in places. And we never force anyone to go through. We suggest, advise, but it's either group pressure that will make a person go through who doesn't want to go through, or people will just jump forth and volunteer. And as we move along through the obstacle course, the role of the instructors becomes less and less dominant. They act less and less as cheerleaders, and hopefully the group dynamics will take over.
Good line, Denise, coming up. Okay, stay with her. That's it.
Keep your hands up. Come here.
That's it.
Come on, you can do it. Right.
Okay, Denise. All right, good job there, Brian. Wait, Chris. Okay, slits and ready, huh?
Get down, you go down between the 2x4.
Come on, Dan.
Something like that there. We're gonna have to
Here.
okay, pull yourself up with your arms as far as you can before you try to kick your feet over.
Okay.
Hold it.
Where's she gonna go?
You're supposed
Okay,
to
now.
go down once you're up here.
Okay, now try and whip your leg up here.
Got a lady on the wall. That's it, stay with her.
Okay. Come here, leg.
That's it, slits.
Come on.
That's right. Pull yourself over your
That's it, Lori.
Exactly. There we go. All right. I got it here. What's your name? With the muscles.
Larry.
The Giants ladder is kind of a different approach. It's a group effort in the fact that the individual who is climbing on the ladder must depend upon his teammates for his safety to catch him if he should fall. The idea is to just go up to in this case, the fourth rung on the ladder, and it takes quite a bit of determination and a little bit of balance to achieve the climbing or the Giants ladder. The higher you go, the more difficult mentally it becomes. The distances between the rungs are uniform, but it's on an incline, and the higher up you go, the further away it looks. And that's the challenge involved here, is overcoming that fear of heights. And here again, people oftentimes say, I'm afraid, and the group will get behind them and cheer them on and urge them on. And that's where the success comes in on the Giants ladder. And the ideal situation here in the obstacle course is when a person will say, I'm afraid, and not be afraid to say that they're afraid. And just this freedom of expression is what we're striving for GSC 107, so that in a big classroom situation, people will raise their hands, make comments, communicate to the instructor, to class members, without fear of being laughed at or ridiculed.
Good strong spring, Laura. Put you right up there. Yeah,
What?
Jump. Good strong spring will put you right up.
Whoa!
Come on, come on. Atta girl. All right. Easy now. Hold on to it. Now you come over. Now you go. It's a bad grip. Uh-oh.
Oh, I get it.
There you go. Tell those afternoons that
I
those
get an
afternoons
easy
at
way out.
PKs will keep you up there.
There you go.
All right, Laura. Okay, drop. Way to go.
All
right, good job. That'll wait. All you got to do is commit.
Some of the things that we are doing this quarter, or at least this semester, won't be portrayed in this sequence because we haven't done them yet. We'll be looking at rappelling and climbing and some of our experiences out at the outdoor lab. Coming up will be a dance workshop Thursday, which I think should be rather interesting. We'll have Maura Logan with us, and Maura is one of the foremost dancers in this area, and she'll be taking our students through some creative movement, which ought to be enjoyable. Folk dancing is coming up Thursday. We have a concert scheduled, and that's tied in closely with our unit on music, recreational music, and just a wide variety of other things. So it's a fun class to teach. It's rewarding for me, and hopefully it's providing our students with some exposure to activities that will help make leisure more meaningful for them.
Jonesboro,